The video will begin in a moment. Click the links in the description below to get your copies of my books today. The South Bend Dark Frog Murders is a bold and bloody murder mystery that offers a very compelling look at the degradation of morality and social structure in America and the world, all wrapped in nail-biting entertainment. A must-have for murder mystery lovers everywhere. The Shadow Angel Genesis is the story of a vampire that has spent the past 500 years serving as the Vatican's greatest monster hunter. The true story of Mrs. Claus is a creative but wholesome reimagining of a character that is well known but often overlooked, and one that remembers to keep Christ in Christmas. Thank you for your continued support. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Robert Cantor. Every culture around the world has tales of evil and malevolent spirits possessing innocent people and forcing them to commit evil acts against their will. These are not exclusive to Christianity. In the Old Testament, King Saul is tormented by an evil spirit until it is cast out by David. In the book of Tobit, Tobias drives away the demon Asmodeus with the help of the archangel Raphael. In the New Testament, we see Christ assert his authority as the Son of God by driving out evil spirits on multiple occasions as some of his many miracles. Christ would give this same authority over evil spirits to his church, but in the modern world, what was once considered a genuine struggle between good and evil has mostly been ridiculed away by non-believers and skeptics. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he did not exist. For some, the struggle with the demonic has simply been reduced to a genre of entertainment. The most famous example, of course, is William Peter Blady's The Exorcist. Today, I will attempt to answer all your questions as to what actually goes on during an exorcism. There is an official rite of exorcism with precise instructions on what to say and do when battling the demonic, but I cannot recite it in this video. Exorcisms can only be done by priests with permission from their bishops, because Christ gave authority over evil spirits to his church. While there are several cases of holy men and women who weren't priests driving out demons, think of it this way. Would you want someone who isn't a trained surgeon performing complicated heart surgery on you? If someone else attempts an exorcism, they will have no authority over the demon, and it will likely end in disaster. Performing the ritual on a person that doesn't need it is simply a waste of time. Also, there are mentally ill people that think they're possessed by demons, but they aren't. If you perform this suggestive ritual on them, it will affirm them in their delusion and distract them from the help they really need. It is for this reason that the church will only approve an exorcism after all the other possibilities have been thoroughly explored and exhausted. The only circumstances that warrant an exorcism are demonic oppression and possession. Demonic oppression, as the name suggests, is when a person is antagonized by demons without actually being possessed by them. It's not uncommon for holy men and women to be antagonized by demons who try very hard to turn them away from Christ. Freeing people from demonic oppression or exorcising a house can usually be done in one session. Demonic possession usually occurs when a person is dabbling in the occult or knowingly or unknowingly interacts with cursed objects. Now, when I say dabbling in the occult, I mean divination of the future, human sacrifices, black magic, and necromancy. Demons are the only ones that are going to respond when people attempt to talk to spirits or the dead, and you gain no power over demons by muttering nonsensical strings of words and by performing bizarre rituals. As I said earlier, the Church will only approve an exorcism after all other possibilities have been explored and exhausted. The 4 signs of demonic possession are as follows: knowing and understanding all languages, knowing secret details the person could not know by natural means, reacting and being repulsed by holy objects, persons, etc., and strength beyond their physical condition. Fallen angels know and understand all languages, and this symptom cannot be produced by epilepsy or any other form of mental illness. No mental illness will enable a person to know secret details about the lives of complete strangers. Exorcists usually carry rosaries, crucifixes, Saint Benedict medals, or relics of the saints. Demons will be able to tell what is blessed and what isn't, and they can't stand it. In regards to unnatural strength, it's just common sense. A small child or an elderly person wouldn't be able to bend steel beams with their bare hands, and it's nothing that can be attributed to drugs or anything else. Once the Church is satisfied that they're dealing with a case of legitimate demonic possession, and not just someone in desperate need of a psychiatrist, it's time to send for a qualified exorcist. It is a Hollywood myth that exorcisms only take one intense prayer session. No 2 exorcisms are the same, and a successful exorcism can take multiple sessions and may take months or even years to complete. I cannot recite the rite of exorcism, but I can tell you that it includes gospel readings, psalms, and large sections of prayers and commands. Prayers to agitate and wear the demon down, interrogations to get the demon to give up information, and commands ordering the demon to leave. Among these prayers are the Litany of the Saints and the original St. Michael prayer written by Pope Leo XIII. Now, reciting prayers may not sound impressive, but try doing it when you've got a demon shouting obscenities and howling like a banshee at you. When interrogating the demon, the exorcist must only ask them what is relevant and nothing else. The exorcist needs to know how many demons there are, what their names are, who the leader is, how they possess the person in the first place, and what it will take to drive them out and when. There are plenty of commands to order the demon to leave, and they're usually recited in Latin. Once a person is possessed, the demon doesn't want to go back to hell, and they will use every trick in the book to avoid it. The demon will lie. The demon will manipulate. The demon will play possum. The demon will play dumb. If the demon gets desperate, they may even try to bargain. I will end this video with a warning. Do not dabble with forces you can't possibly hope to control. If you knock on the door, you might not like who answers. That's all I've got to say. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and if you really want to help this channel out, click the links in the description below and buy my books.